Now, it used to be that there were only a few big tool companies, DeWalt, Milwaukee, Craftsman, Black & Decker, and the like. But in the past few years, there has been an explosion of tool companies. And today there are more tool brands than ever before. There are two companies, however, that stand out in this new world, in part because of how much they've grown, but also because of the type of tools that they sell. The first is Harbor Freight, which has been around for nearly 50 years, but has been growing aggressively over the past 10 or so years and has more than tripled the number of stores from 500 to 1,600. Then there is Vevor. Vevor was an unknown company and started selling leftover equipment off of eBay about 15 years ago, but has since grown into a behemoth, selling billions of dollars worth of tools and equipment each year. These two companies have a lot of similarities. They've both pursued a low-cost leader strategy, and they both make a substantial portion of their tools in China. But there are also some significant, important differences that could really impact us, the consumer. And understanding these differences can really help us know which tools we should be buying. All right, so it is important to mention that Vevor and Harbor Freight are two very different companies. Harbor Freight was started over 40 years ago as a catalog and slowly opened stores until they really took off in the 2000s. Most of their sales come from their brick and mortar stores. They do sell online, but their strategy has been to open up small stores in areas that are often underserved by larger companies. Now, due to their small footprint, it doesn't take all that much investment to open up one of these small stores, but those small stores still make quite a bit of money, even with that smaller footprint. It's kind of ingenious if you think about it. For most other big box stores like the Home Depot or Lowe's, the financial investment to open one of their massive stores is huge, and they can't take a chance on a smaller market like Harbor Freight can. Then there's Vevor. They're all over the map with their sales channels. They sell a lot online through Amazon and Walmart and even Lowe's and Home Depot, but they also have their own website. And just recently they opened their first brick and mortar store in the US this past March. Vevor also sells everything. While Harbor Freight is strictly into tools and accessories, Vevor gets into kitchen equipment and industrial equipment. Vevor certainly competes with Harbor Freight on tools, but they also compete with other companies like Grainger on industrial equipment, and even Home Depot and Lowe's in many other categories. But for this video, we're talking about tools. And while much of what I say about Vevor will also apply to their other products, the focus here is really to give you information that will help you compare and contrast tools from Vevor and Harbor Freight and help you decide which ones you should buy. And as we get going here, also feel free to leave a comment on your experiences. Let me know if you prefer one over the other, or if you've had a terrible experience with one that's made you swear it off altogether. Just leave that comment and let us know what your experience has been. So we've talked about their selling strategies. As I mentioned, Vevor will sell anything, anywhere, but Harbor Freight is much more exclusive. You can only buy Harbor Freight tools at Harbor Freight. They're not sold on Amazon or anywhere else. Next, let's talk about their brand strategies. Harbor Freight's brand strategy is really interesting. They manage hundreds of different brands like Warrior, Hercules, Bauer, Pierce, Icon, Pittsburgh, US General, and much, much more. They are all Harbor Freight tools, but they're differentiated, and that has to do with their brand strategy. Harbor Freight used to make just the cheapest tools money could buy, but then they realized that they were missing out on a whole segment of the market. There were people who were out there who wanted better tools at low prices, and so Harbor Freight created a good, better, best strategy. And I think that it's been one of the main keys to their success over the years. If you want a cheaper tool, they have it. But if you want something that is a bit more powerful or a bit more durable, they've got that too. And then if you want something that can go head to head with other more expensive tool brands, they've got that as well. It allows them to sell more because they're touching all segments of the market. And today they've made themselves a one-stop shop for nearly any tool buyer. Vevor's brand strategy is very different. They're what's called a white label retailer. And what that means is that they generally don't build or design their own tools. They go directly to factories and they make deals with manufacturers to sell their products under the Vevor brand name. Initially, these were products that were maybe overproduced, where Vevor could come in and buy up that inventory at a very low price. Or maybe it's areas where the factory has excess capacity and Vevor can come in and buy up that excess capacity, or at least the products that they're producing with that excess capacity. The factories still get paid, maybe not as much as they would for other customers, but they still are able to stay in business, and Vevor gets those tools at a really low price. But they're seriously just slapping their name on whatever they find. Everything that they sell is branded Vevor. And that's one of the reasons why they've become so big so fast. They don't have a huge R&D department. They don't have a huge quality control department. They can come out with a new product line in a weekend if the factory can build it. Harbor Freight contracts with third-party manufacturers, many of the same that build Vevor tools. And Harbor Freight is designing and testing the tools themselves, and that takes time. It takes time to develop them, it takes time to test them, it takes time to manufacture them and do quality control. At Vevor, that is all outsourced to the factories. And what that means is that they can go to market very quickly, they can do it inexpensively, but it also means that Vevor products can be very hit and miss. You may find one tool that's just phenomenal, but then you might buy another tool that's just garbage. It can be very inconsistent, and since everything is branded Vevor, sometimes it's hard to know what's good and what isn't. It also means that sometimes Vevor's tool offerings are a bit odd. Let's take, for example, thickness planers. Harbor Freight sells two models. They have the Bauer, which is a cheaper version, and then you have the Hercules, which is clearly a more beefed up version. It's simple. Two products to fit two people that may have different needs or budgets. The brand name communicates which one is going to be higher quality and which one is going to be less expensive. Now let's take a look at Vevor's website and search for thickness planers. Vevor offers here 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different thickness planer options. And while some may have different blades or a stand, they don't seem to be all that different. So as a consumer, how do you know which one to buy? They're all branded the same. Many of them look nearly identical, but I'm willing to wager that there's some significant quality differences in these planers. As a customer though, I have no idea how to tell. How do I know which one is better than another one when they all look the same and are all branded the same? Harbor Freight, on the other hand, seems to have tapped into human psychology. Too many choices is difficult for us. It's overwhelming. And if we're given too many options, we may often choose none of them. Harbor Freight is simple. Vevor feels frantic. And they are kind of frantic. They need to be. They thrive on volume and they make a ton of money because of it. But it isn't all rosy. They've got their problems too. But before I get into that, I want to tell you about this video's sponsor, FlexiSpot, and their Japanese joinery bed. As a woodworker, I love the look of real hardwood furniture, and that's what this bed from FlexiSpot is. It's made from rubber wood, which is a durable tropical hardwood, about the same hardness as birch or Honduran mahogany. Rubber wood is a light wood, but I opted for the walnut stain, which I think is beautiful. The quality of this bed is great, and the design is flawless. Each piece fits together so easily, and these castle joints are engineered to make putting it all together a cinch. I didn't even need any tools. All of that means that this bed is super easy to put together, and it's also easy to disassemble in case you ever need to move it. Another thing that I really like is that this bed sits over 10 inches off the ground, and that makes storing things underneath it easy. And it doesn't even need a box spring because the height of it feels just right. Now there's a lot to like about the design of this bed, but one of the best things is the price. It's very reasonably priced, and so you should definitely check it out if you're looking for a new bed frame. So click on the link below to experience the FlexiSpot bed frame for yourself. Don't miss out. Use my exclusive code for an instant discount. Transform your sleep with comfort, convenience, and unmatched value. Thanks again to FlexiSpot for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back into it. All right, so as I mentioned, Vevor is a white label retailer, meaning that they buy up products from factories and other companies and just slap their brand name on it, even if they didn't build it, design it, or test it. Harbor Freight, on the other hand, is designing and testing their own tools and contracting with factories to build them, sometimes in the same factories as the Vevor tools. But that brings me to one of the biggest differences between Harbor Freight and Vevor, and that is warranties and customer service. Now, the Harbor Freight warranty for most tools is 90 days, which is undoubtedly really short. Vevor's warranty is 12 months. Now, Harbor Freight does sell warranty extensions of 1, 2, or 3 years, depending upon the product, but at this time, Vevor doesn't offer any such extensions. It's just the 12 months. But there is some chatter that this may be coming in the near future. So Vevor wins on that front with the longer warranty, but Harbor Freight actually offers lifetime warranties for all of their hand tools at no extra cost. The biggest difference, though, between these two companies and their warranties lies with customer service. Now, I've heard from tons of viewers that Vevor's customer service is garbage. It's terrible. They say that they're hard to deal with, they make it difficult to return things and to get refunds, and that definitely means something. You're also dealing with people over the phone or via email, and you've got to deal with shipping too, to ship things back, which is an extra headache. Harbor Freight, though, makes returns or replacements simple. All you do is walk into the store with your broken tool, and if it's covered by a warranty, you can walk out with a new one with minimal hassle. So on that front, Harbor Freight definitely comes out on top. Now let's talk for a bit on tool quality. Anyone who's been buying tools from Harbor Freight for a while will recognize that their quality has really gone up a lot over the years. Some people also would complain that so has their prices. A lot of mechanics, though, will put their icon tools on the same level as Snap-on. A lot of people think that Bauer and Hercules are just as good as DeWalt and Milwaukee. Now, some of that is a matter of opinion, and be sure to leave your opinions in the comments, but there are people that say that their tools have improved a lot. They do still sell some pretty crappy tools though. Their Warrior branded power tools are bottom of the line. But again, the key here is their brand strategy. If you know which brand is better, that sets your expectations. You buy the Warrior brand Sawzall when you just have one small project and you need the tool, but you don't expect to use it like a professional, and it's priced accordingly. And that's okay. If you need something nicer, something that will last longer if you're going to use it a lot more, then you should probably splurge on the nicer brand. But again, if you need something for a small job, they've got that for you. Vevor, on the other hand, their products are a lot more hit and miss from a quality standpoint. Now, I've received tons of comments from people telling me that this Vevor product or that Vevor product were fantastic. But I've seen just as many comments from people telling me that they were terrible. And since they're all branded Vevor and look so similar, when you're looking at two different products that are, in similar categories, it's really tough to know anything about the quality before you buy it. The only indication that one might be higher quality than the other is the price. But there's a lot of factors that go into price, and so again, that may not even tell you which is going to be higher quality. But again, I want to know your thoughts. Have you bought high quality items at Vevor, or have you had terrible experiences? Leave me a comment and let me know. Next, let's talk about price. Because for most people buying tools, price is perhaps the most important thing. Now, as I mentioned, both companies are pursuing a low-cost strategy. Harbor Freight can afford to sell at low cost because they cut out the middleman. DeWalt, for example, needs to give a cut to whoever's selling their tools for them, whether it's Home Depot or Amazon or whoever. But that's not something that Harbor Freight needs to worry about. They contract with the manufacturers directly. They ship those products and sell them in their own stores. They get all of that margin, which means that they can afford to sell their tools for a little bit cheaper than their competitors. Vevor, on the other hand, has to pay all those middlemen to sell their products because they don't have the same kind of retail footprint that Harbor Freight does. But it will be interesting to see how well their retail store does. If it is a success, we may see them pursue a similar selling strategy to Harbor Freight, although that would take some time and definitely a ton of capital. But even though Vevor may be paying middlemen, they can still afford to sell their products cheaply because they're focused on making deals with factories. They sell such a huge range of products because they have relationships with the factories that produce them, and they're able to eat up their capacity at much lower prices. So they can manufacture for cheaper. So while they may have higher middlemen costs, they can afford to manufacture for cheaper, which means that they can ultimately afford to sell their products for cheaper. So the big question is, who is less expensive, Vevor or Harbor Freight? Well, in looking into it, they're actually fairly comparable, but in my research, it appears that Vevor is slightly cheaper than Harbor Freight on a consistent basis. But what that doesn't take into account is all of the coupons and sales that Harbor Freight does on a regular basis. So honestly, I would probably put the cost of both of them at about the same level. But you are going to have, the coupon and, ITC games with Harbor Freight they wouldn't necessarily have with Vevor. So the big question is, which tools should you buy, Vevor or Harbor Freight? Now, personally, I think that I'm a bit more partial to Harbor Freight because, what really does it for me is the convenience of their local stores and their no-hassle returns. It is a challenge to deal with a company that has poor customer service and makes things more difficult. But Vevor does have some lower prices. Also, Vevor has a pretty extensive catalog of tools, and so they may sell some types of tools that Harbor Freight doesn't have. But at the same time, Harbor Freight is constantly expanding their tool catalog as well. So I'll ask the question back to you. Which tool brand do you prefer and why? Leave us a comment and let us know. Thanks again for watching. Please hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.